Hey guys, it's that time of year again. It is almost tax time. This is best online tax software for 2022 to use to file your 2021 taxes. You probably know me as a mom on a budget, but I am also a former tax preparer. We're going to be looking at three contenders. The first is the big kahuna. It is TurboTax. Next up is H&R Block. And the third is Free Tax USA. So let's take a look at TurboTax. First, you enter your basic demographic info, then your wages, then your deductions and credits. You can see that the menus are reasonably easy to follow. And then each section is going to walk you slowly through what you need to do to add that income or deduction. When it comes to adding forms, TurboTax definitely has an advantage over the other software in that it does have the most options for getting your forms into the system. For W-2s, it does link up directly with a number of employers to directly import your W-2. For all forms, you can also upload as PDFs, or you can even upload as an image using their app. While the other software don't have nearly as many options for uploading, I don't find that entering the forms is usually that bad, especially when we're looking at something like a 1099 INT. If I click to enter it manually, it literally is only one number that I'm generally clicking in. I'm going to have to type the name of the bank and how much interest I got from it. Really not that hard. I do think sometimes that TurboTax tries to oversell its feature of being able to upload directly your forms because they want to sound different than everyone else, but it doesn't really save you that much time. Now let's take a look at H&R Block and how they handle the various forms. As I mentioned, they don't have quite as many options for adding your forms. Now, H&R Block does have a partnership with some employers where you can upload your W-2s directly from your employer. Your only other option is to enter them manually. The W-2 screen on H&R Block I actually do find easier to use than the manual one on TurboTax, just because H&R Block puts the whole W-2 form on one page, which is just easier than having it on multiple pages and having to keep clicking continue like TurboTax makes you do. Let's take a look at Free Tax USA. It looks similar in your personal information, and then you're going to go into the income section similarly. You probably will notice the very simple, easy to use menus that Free Tax USA has compared to the other software. Personally, I love their navigation on Free Tax USA. It is just simple and easy. It's not quite as fancy, but I would take it simple and easy over fancy any day. So let's take a look at what something like W-2s looks like in Free Tax USA. You're just going to click to add another W-2, and it's just a very basic, straight form where you can enter all your stuff in. One nice thing that Free Tax USA does have over something like H&R Block is that they will save your information from year to year. So if you filed with Free Tax USA last year, it will import your basic information as well as your employer information and your bank information. All those things are going to be preloaded into the software. Let's talk about some differences in the deductions and credits section. In Free Tax USA, again, you'll see the very simple menu where it will just walk you through everything. It'll compare last year to this year very easily. I also like that in Free Tax USA, when you first start doing your deductions, it will ask you the question, do you want to skip this and just do the standard deduction? 85 to 90% of Americans will take the standard deduction now. After the tax changes in 2017, very few Americans actually use itemized deductions. So if your tax software is forcing you to enter things like medical expenses, real estate taxes, all those kinds of things that are on itemized deduction, it's going to be a waste of your time for 90% of us. Let's take a look at deductions in H&R Block. I feel like on H&R Block, it expects you to know what sort of deductions you want. I've visited these, so it has these here. And if I want to add more, I have to click on this add deduction and kind of search through what all the other options are. And I have to expand it even more if I want to see the rest of it. I feel like they sort of hide the rest of the deductions a little bit in there. Let's take a look at TurboTax deduction section. TurboTax also, I feel like it makes you walk through all these various steps on the deductions. I feel like they're wasting your time a little bit. This is one section I wanted to show you in deductions on Free Tax USA. After you're finished with the basic deductions, it gives you this message. And it says, if you take the standard deduction in 2021, you can still deduct up to $600 for a joint married couple in cash donations to charities, or that would be $300 for a single filing person. This is something that is special for the year 2021. This is pandemic related. I love that it gives you this message because most people are not going to know about this, and this is a really nice extra deduction that we can take in 2021. Both H&R Block and TurboTax made no mention of this. I wanted to enter $600 in cash donations as a couple, and I had to just go digging through and find the charitable place on both of those to enter that. I did want to point out that all three software are giving you information about what they're currently estimating your refund to be. You'll see it's $233 on TurboTax. Free Tax USA is the only one that will let you preview your forms before you get to the end. The other two do not allow you to do that. All right, so now you've got a good idea of what the three different softwares look like. Let's take a look at their prices. TurboTax does have a free edition. It is truly free, $0 for federal, for state, but it does limit you on the types of documents that you can use. It is not for all returns. And even if you do use the TurboTax free edition, they're going to encourage you to upgrade to the deluxe. TurboTax and H&R Block both do not offer any kind of support unless you upgrade to their deluxe option. The deluxe is $39 plus the state is an additional $39. So it's almost $80 for their deluxe version. And depending on which additional forms you need, you might need the self-employed version to get all of the options, and that gets very expensive, well over $100. Now for H&R Block, they do also have the completely free version, and their free version does include more forms than the TurboTax version. One of the major downsides of the H&R Block free version though is that they do not save your information from year to year, which is really crazy. They just make you retype it every year. They also have a deluxe version, and that is $30 plus $37 for state. So that gets really expensive. Slightly cheaper than TurboTax, but still quite expensive. And theirs also goes up to self-employed versions, which is $85 plus $37 for state. So well over $100 for H&R Block self-employed version. For Free Tax USA, all federal forms are free. All of them. And I have not found a tax situation that Free Tax USA cannot handle. It can handle self-employment, real estate, anything. Now there is a charge for state on their free version. It is $14.99 for state, but if you use my affiliate link down below and my coupon code, it'll save you a little bit on that, so it'll actually be less than $15. If you haven't guessed yet, Free Tax USA is my pick for the best tax software for 2022. I do make a commission if you use my link, but I've been using it for myself long before I ever got involved with being an affiliate for Free Tax USA. I really do like it better. So if you want to try out Free Tax USA, please use my link down below and don't forget that coupon code. Next up, check out my video about how you can save on your 2021 taxes. Even still today, it's not too late. Check out that video next.